Flats or drums? Like
Oh,
hot wings.
I think it depends. So if I'm just trying to munch real quick, I'm going drums for sure. Like literally yesterday, I had some sweet peri peri chicken wings. They were all drums. They went down. But, sometimes when I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking my time, the flats are nice to like break apart and really get into it. But at the end of the day, you know, the whole bone's got to go. that there's not gonna be any sort of chicken
I
in that
don't
bone.
eat the cartilage. I don't like eating the cartilage
Wait, what about
on
you?
my
Flats or
wings.
drums?
Probably drums.
I guess just easier to just pick up and then just take it all in one go.
Yeah, I don't eat the cartilage. I don't like having the cartilage when I'm, eating.
Weak.
Welcome back, everyone, to the new episode of the Posted Podcast. We've been on a break for a minute now, haven't we? I think
Yeah, it's been a while.
it's been a while. Just busy with our schedules, but now hopefully we should have a consistent posting schedule by
Yeah.
the end of today, which is good. Which brings me on to, seeing as we've had a break, we've had some time to evaluate and take all the feedback. And Akin, why don't you introduce the way the videos are now going to be structured?
Great. So first of all, we just want to say thank you, because the feedback we've gotten has been so constructive. Like the criticism has been so helpful. And what we've decided is we're going to change the structuring of our videos a little bit. So we're going to have a main topic that we're going to discuss, just so that we can get into some more depth with the topics that we talk about. And then after we discuss this main topic, we'll then have the beautiful segment that you all know and love, the leave a message, where we'll go through as many people's problems that they've sent in as we can and just continue to send them in. We do see them and we do try to get through as many of them as possible. So we really do appreciate it.
For reference, there's about nearly just over 300 on there, so there's quite a lot to get through. As we said, from looking at it, a lot of the things are quite similar in the sense that a lot of you seem to be moving on from your exes and things like that. So I'm pretty sure we've covered the basis of that main topic by now in these videos. So, we're not gonna, if the theme is around that, then we're not gonna do that. But we're trying our best to get around as many of those as possible. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So what's today's topic?
So today's topic is manifestation. But before we start, I just want to ask, Aslan, how's life? How are you doing?
It's good. Uni's fun. I'm enjoying uni a lot. It's interesting. I've seen some nice things, seen some weird things, and I'll just leave it at that. That's it.
Great. So it sounds like your life is going good, right?
Yeah, life's going great.
Anything you want in particular?
No, not really. Just this podcast as well.
Well, that just flopped where I was taking this. Anyway, for those of you that
Wait, what?
yeah, for those of you that don't know what manifestation is essentially where you bring something like tangible or something that you can like acknowledge into your life through attraction and belief. So it's kind of like you think that.
Did you want me to say something was going dog shit in my life?
No, I wanted you to say that you wanted something, and then I would be able to be like, you can manifest it, right?
I want a lot of money.
That's a great place to start with. So a lot of people tend to
Okay.
think that they can manifest riches into their life. So what's your take on that, first of all?
You can't just sit there and wish for some things to happen. Like, you have to work for it. Like, you can't just sit there and wish that I want a large pile of money and then a large pile of money is going to appear right in front of you. You need to go out and do something and make an effort to make sure that you get a large pile of money in front of you. So that's my take on that. Can't manifest things into being. Although, I will say, I've had some weird situations where I've gone into, like, tests or exams thinking, like, even though I haven't prepared extremely well, I've gone in thinking, I'm going to do great in this exam, I'm going to do great in this exam, I'm going to do great. I just keep telling myself that in my head. And I go in there with not that much of a preparation, and I do pretty good in the exam.
See, I would say I feel like, so you essentially took the stance where you said no, manifestation doesn't work. But I
Yeah.
think there needs to be sort of a separation between manifestation and then sort of some wishful thinking, but that's not the right terminology or the right way to phrase that. And what I mean by that is, I think you can definitely manifest something, but it does require effort on your part. So you can't manifest something and then expect it to like come to pass without putting in any effort. So I was thinking like just about this topic a little bit, and then I just remembered like there's something in the Bible, and like or somewhere in the Bible, or my mom says it all the time. I'm pretty sure it's from the Bible, but it says something that's like, "So you say, so shall it be." So essentially, whatever you say will come to pass. But obviously, that's like if it's in line with the word of the Lord, etc. But what I took from that is when you tell yourself something over and over and over and over again, it starts to become a part of your nature. So to give an example, if you with your test, for example, if you keep on telling yourself, oh, this test is going to be easy, this test is going to be easy, I'm going to do well, I'm going to do well, you're naturally going to have to start taking steps towards believing that ideology. So what I mean by this is you will then start seeing certain things in an easier manner. Like you told yourself this test is easy, so you're not going to panic as much. You're going to be a lot more relaxed, and that puts you in a better condition to do better in that test. Hence, you get a good result. The same way, if you're thinking about things such as money, if you tell yourself, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich, you're probably more inclined and you're probably more like out there looking for opportunities to make you rich, which other people won't be looking for because they don't have that mindset. And then that will eventually bring you riches. But that's not just because, oh, you said, I'm going to get rich and then you did nothing. You still had to exert effort and put in time and other resources in order to achieve that goal. So that's why I think you can manifest something.
Okay, and I agree with that sense. So, what I was saying was, some people just believe that like, it's just purely based on like sitting there and I correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know much about the actual act of manifestation that people actually do, but as far as I'm aware, you write it down on a piece of paper multiple times and so it shall happen or something, you know. And that doesn't make any sense to me. But maybe that is probably doing that. Maybe the same thing as saying it to yourself multiple times, and then inevitably you end up taking those actions to do that thing. But because you don't realize it, I guess it just seems like it comes out of thin air. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no. Essentially, like I get you. Like you don't. People like they take subconscious steps, so they're not like consciously aware that they've made a change in their actions or they've taken steps in a certain direction that's led them to this. So it just looks like, oh, this has just come out of the blue. But I seldom think that is the case.
You were mentioning the part about wishful thinking, and it reminded me that, you know, if you're not hopeful about something or you don't have a positive attitude towards something turning out good, and you constantly keep thinking in your head like, oh, this is going to turn out shit, then it will kind of turn out shit, right?
Yeah, like
so that whole wishful thinking part is kind of like having hope that, you know, I'm working towards it and I'm hopeful that it will be fruitful.
Yeah, so perspective is such a crucial aspect to our encounters and our endeavors in life. You know, people with positive outlooks, like we've probably spoken on it briefly in other episodes, but having a positive outlook does so much for you in terms of joy, happiness, and other positive emotions that you feel. Yeah. And that just comes from you having hope. And you having hope can turn into manifestation. Like, we're always told to dream big, right? And I think this is something that is so crucial, especially with like young children. When you speak to kids, if you ask a kid what do you want to be when they're older, like you go into like a primary school class, like let's say year 1 students, they're about 5 or so, and you ask them what do you want to be when you're older, one kid will say, I want to be a football player. The next kid will say, I want to be the president of the United States.
They got some like crazy aspirations.
Yeah, like
they're like huge.
The next kid will say, I want to be the president of the United States. You don't even live in the US, but all right. Then the next kid will say, I want to transform into a dinosaur when I'm older. Okay, like
I used to. It's funnily enough. I used to want to have the Wolverine adamantium claws. I used to actually pray every night that I would get them.
Pause.
I don't know why. I thought
Why?
it was really cool.
You were trying.
I don't know.
You were trying to cause some havoc in the streets, weren't you? Yeah, you were.
No.
You were a dangerous
No.
child.
Trying to cause havoc in the sheets.
Damn.
Huh?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Anyway, as I was saying, like, yeah, so children dream big, but then by the time we get to, I think once you start to get to secondary school and you start asking people, what do you want to be? The scope of those dreams tend to narrow down. And it goes from like kids when they're younger being so happy for the most part to in secondary school, you start to see some people aren't as happy, start to see people like depression, etc. I'm not saying that these are the reason, like the reason is because they're not dreaming big. That's probably, that might not be the main reason. But it could be a reason that attributes to it.
No.
So it could be like a limiting factor that they place on themselves and it's not allowing them to have a positive outlook. And hence is not leading to manifestation that they would desire.
I was looking at something, and it says that manifestation directly relates into something known as the law of attraction. Simply put, the law of attraction is the ability to attract in our lives whatever we are focusing on.
Yeah.
It's believed that regardless of age, nationality, religious belief, we are all susceptible to the laws which govern the universe, including the law of attraction. It is the law of attraction that uses the power of the mind to translate whatever is in our thoughts and materialize them into reality. In basic terms, like attracts like, and thoughts manifest into things eventually. If you focus on negative, doom, and gloom, you will remain under that cloud. If you focus on positive thoughts and that you aim to achieve things in life, you will find a way to achieve them with massive action.
Yeah, so that aspect.
Interesting. So I guess they work hand in hand. Manifestation and law of attraction.
Yeah, like one is a result.
Because I've seen
of the
people
other.
on TikTok like swear by law of attraction. Like, I like they use it as part of their like. It's like their religion of sorts.
See, I would say there are
Swear by it.
limitations to it though. So as much as I do think you can manifest
How?
things into your life, like, sorry to say to anyone who's out here wanting superpowers or wanting to be able to breathe fire or something. Sorry to break your heart, but that's not gonna happen. Like, even if you
I
think
wanted
that,
those adamantium claws, man. I really wanted them.
Yeah, so
I
it's a
wanted to
kid
be
you-
Wolverine.
to kid you, I'd have said, "Oh, that's cute," but it's not going to happen. Like, it's just, that's just not within
just
our.
rude,
It's just
folks.
not within our capacity. But it's true, because do you have Wolverine claws? No. And that's where there's certain things I think people need to acknowledge that may not come immediately or just may not come in the manner that they think of.
Yeah, it's not gonna come immediately, Akin. You have to wait for my body to mutate, and then I'll get the claws.
Yeah, but your body's not
No,
going
okay.
to mutate like that. That's my point, and I think that's where the limitations of manifestation comes in.
Do you think if I manifest the fact that I want to be 6 foot, I'll become 6 foot?
Shout out to all
Just
the
move on, okay.
shout out to all of the short brothers out there. It's all love. Do I think you can?
Okay, moving on. The problems with the law of attraction. So I was looking at this. And
Nah,
this is interesting.
we are not moving
Let's
on.
just move
we
on
are not
swiftly.
moving on. We are not moving on. Do I think you can manifest being 6 foot? Depends on what age, what stage of life
Wait,
you're.
what?
Like, for example,
Why is this a thing?
because I tell myself that I'm still growing, and I've been telling myself I'm still growing, and I will continue to grow.
What are you? 6 foot what?
Like, I just measured. I'm like 6'2.5", between 6'2.5" and 6'3". So
Imagine.
no, but
The
like
audacity.
no, but
I believe I'm not 6 foot because it would be unfair to other guys out there. That's why I'm 5'7".
listen, that's just using that's pity tactics. We don't need that out here. But yeah, like, I feel as though there's a certain stage. Like, if you're still growing, you can try and manifest it. I can't guarantee it for you. But you can try and manifest it. But at the age you are now, are you really going to grow that many inches? Like, I'm manifesting a certain amount of inches which are plausible, like 1.5 more inches. Like, that's plausible. You're trying to go.
That's what she said. Huh?
You're trying to go for what? This is
Okay,
sounding-
but leave it be. It was just a joke. It was a joke that I added. You took it so seriously.
We got to make sure that we're talking to all aspects of our community here, reaching out to everybody with their hopes and aspirations. So if you're young, guys, if you're young, dream big, keep dreaming. Tell yourself you'll reach it. If you don't, well, you didn't. Move on.
This is from an article on medium.com. The problem with the law of attraction is that it's always focusing on what you don't have. And this is why it is a capitalist construct designed to get you to make the rich richer. It is also why you'll never be happy. Now, that's a hell of a statement. Why I'll never be happy? Okay, the law of attraction states if you want something, you'll get it. All you have to do is send the message to the universe by the way of a vision board, affirmations, and or a goal list you put somewhere you'll see every single day. It's cleverly designed psychological phenomenon renamed to make it into something people will listen to. It is also a way to make you unhappy because what you're really doing is reminding yourself of what you don't have every day. By putting stock into the power of the laws of attraction, what you're actually doing is buying into that thing all corporations want people to believe they need to be happy, and that is more. Oh, okay. That's actually quite an interesting take. I like that take. It makes a lot of sense to me.
I would be inclined to disagree with them though.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
So the reason
Spit
being,
your facts at what's this man's name? He's calling out Mason Sabri.
we are not calling out anybody. This is just open room.
Yes,
for
he is.
No, I'm not. It's open room for discussion. But the reason why I'd be inclined to disagree, is because just because you want more, does not mean that you're not happy. Like those.
No. He's not saying that it's because you want more. What he's saying, or she's saying, or they are saying, is that by reminding yourself every day of what you don't have, that is going to make you unhappy. Because what the law of attraction or manifestation, it entails you sticking up something that you want. To remind yourself every day, this is what I want. You don't have that. So seeing that every day is going to make you unhappy.
Again,
that's what this individual is saying.
I can think of an example which sort of combats that. If you set yourself a goal, the reason a goal is there is because you don't have that yet. You haven't achieved it yet. That doesn't mean that you're unhappy. As in, if the thing I'm putting on my wall is I want to be kinder, I want to become a kinder person, it just means I don't have that level of kindness I aspire to have right now. That doesn't mean I'm unhappy. Like, I can still enjoy life. I can be smiling every day. I just know that I'm working towards something. And I think that's the aspect where they've missed out, like where they sort of missed it. You can acknowledge what you don't have, but you can still be content with what you do have, if that makes sense.
Okay. Interesting. I hear that. What I think this individual assumes here, I think the assumption that is made when they are writing this is that that people are gonna ask for like more money or bigger cars or bigger houses or something like that, or they're gonna ask for more materialistic things, and because of that it feeds into the whole thing. Because if you see that you don't have more money and you don't have all these cars, and you remind it by having that thing on your board every single day, and you remind yourself that I want more money, which inadvertently means that you don't have the amount of money that you want. Because you have to realize that not everyone's like you. Not everyone's going to be content with what they have. Some people want more.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I think that's what this individual is saying. They're saying that by having those, because the law of attraction, because they said it here at the beginning, the problem with the law of attraction is it's a capitalist construct designed to make the rich richer, because you're feeding into the idea of consumerism. You want more money, which means you want to buy more things, and you want to buy more cars, and you want to buy more homes, and you want to buy more flashy things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Or
yeah. No.
Saying
I'm starting to see their angle. It does make sense. So, greed is a strong likelihood to overcome people. For example, if they see something that they manifest, they'll probably be like, "Oh, this works. What's the next thing? What's the next thing?" And that's probably what they're saying. is attributed towards the capitalist like society in terms of just people trying to have as much materialistic things as possible.
Gain as possible. But
Just
they're also saying that, like, sticking that up on your wall every day to remind yourself that you want more money and you want more cars and you want more things, and which inadvertently says that you don't have what you want, will make you unhappy. It's like constantly telling yourself you don't have enough. You're not where you want to be.
This is interesting.
And for some people, that can be damaging. For other people, it can be motivating. It'll be like, it has adverse effects on different people.
Okay, that's really interesting. So, like, obviously, you're using money as quite a concrete example, which is, money's pervasive, so it's a solid example to use. And again, we just put on, like, out on our story. Can money buy you happiness? And
stay tuned for next episode to find out.
And obviously the majority of people selected true. So I would say that
I have my theories about that.
I would say that if from their perspective and their take is money does bring about happiness, then they're just using the capitalist system as a means to achieve something which is deeper than, like, it's not a face value or a tangible thing they're trying to flaunt. They're actually using it as a means to achieve something better and something deeper. But again, like, for the most part, people tend to buy and purchase stuff or try and get certain objects as a show off or as a means to make a demonstration of their position in society, and then that is where you start to get into dangerous grounds, and where your manifestation can actually lead to a decline in the ethics of your character or whatever it may be. So people watching, just drop your thoughts of manifestation. Like, do you think you can manifest things into your life? Yes or no? And then just touch upon some of the things we've discussed. So to just give a brief summary, I personally believe you can manifest certain things, but there are limitations to it. Aslam, you said no at the start. What are your thoughts?
No, it's still the same. Like, you can't just think things into existence. That's silly. You have to put in effort to get what you want, and then obviously it's a balance of being hopeful that what you're doing, what you're working towards, you will get, and actually working towards it. I don't think you can just magically think things into existence. That's my opinion on it. I'm not saying that that's a fact. I'm just saying that I don't think you can magically think things into existence.
And just in terms of the topics that manifestation is tied into, so we've spoken a bit about the law of attraction, the perspective you take on life, a slight talk about capitalism, and just sort of the avenues in which people use manifestation for, and whether it does deter their character or whether it can be used in a positive or beneficial manner.
Let's move on to the leave a message now, because we're on a time limit right now. What's the leave a message? Which one? What was the number?
317.
It's 317 or 320? Oh no, it's the one that said thanks in advance for the help, bro. Yeah, okay. I'll read it out, and then you can start off. So here's story time. So basically, I was talking to this girl I really like, and she liked me back, and everything was going good until one day she just stopped talking completely to me. So we went on not talking for like a week until I realized she probably stopped talking to me because of my crazy ex, who doesn't want to let me go even though we broke up, and threatens almost every girl that talks to me. Now, I don't know what to say to the girl I like or how to get out of this situation. Also, I'm still not completely sure if it really is because of my ex, but that's what a whole lot of my friends think, and everything does kind of lead up to her. Thanks in advance for the help, bro. Okay.
Interesting.
Pick it up.
So the first thing I would say is you've acknowledged that your ex is sort of crazy. I want to use that term sort of loosely. I think we all understand what people mean by like a crazy ex, but let's not try and disrespect people and use that term like, in a strict manner. However,
What if she is crazy though?
as we don't know what they did, but as you
Okay.
as you've acknowledged, even though you have a hunch or your friends believe that it's because of your ex, I would say just be careful because there is a possibility that it isn't. So I think my advice to you in terms of what the best mode of action would be is just to message the message the girl that you like. Just ask her for clarity. Like, sorry, like you can say something such as, sorry, I don't really want to be pushy or be too forward. I just wanted to ask, is there a particular reason why we stopped talking? And
We stopped talking.
if she's honest and she just says, yeah, I just wasn't feeling it, it's probably gonna hurt. It's probably gonna hurt, but you can move past it, and then at least you'll have a peace of mind that wasn't because of your ex. But then if she goes and tells you like, oh, I was warned about you, this was said, at least then you can start to clarify if maybe it was a rumor or your ex said anything, and then you can explain your side of the story and let her know that this is what I'm dealing with. This was a situation. This happened with my ex, and then if they're an understanding person, they'll be able to see past it, and then you can start and continue to progress things. That's my first thoughts on it. You?
Yeah, I would second the whole thing about clarifying everything, because what from reading it, it's clearly you're assuming it, because you said, I don't know what to say to. Wait, what? Where did it say it? I'm still not completely sure if it really is because of my ex. You said that yourself, so you don't even know if it's because of your ex. So clarity would probably be the best place to start. Just not confronting her like you're about to scrap, but just message the individual in question here and just ask them, why did we stop talking? That's it. And I'm pretty sure everything else will work itself out from there. If you're willing to, please follow up on this story. There are so many really interesting stories on this forum, and I really want to have like a follow up on some of them. Yeah. Because they're interesting.
Yeah, I was also just gonna add to this person is, I know you don't owe them anything, and you're probably sick and tired of your ex going around telling people stories about you, saying this and that.
That's if they are doing that.
Yeah, if they're doing that. I think they said, they said that the crazy ex threatens every girl that they talk to. But I do think that just from a maturity aspect, maybe your ex is feeling a type of way of how you handled things or how you handled the breakup, and out of spite they're trying to get back to you. Because from the tone of this message, it sounds like you feel as though you ended things correctly, things were smooth, or there's just not really a position for your ex to be doing this to you. So I would recommend that you're just the bigger person, you sit down and talk with them and ask them like, why are you doing this, and get to the bottom of it. That way, if you actually talk out and you have like clarity, that sense of closure, I mean actual closure, not closure, you can actually progress past the situation, and then you'll have a peace of mind that it won't happen again. Because you never know how another person took the breakup. There's always two sides to a story when there's two people involved. So just being a mature person and just talking to her, apologizing if you did hurt her, because it may just be that she wants to hear an apology. Just things such as that might actually help you get out of the situation. But I know it can be something that seems like out of your jurisdiction, or just something that like, why do I have to put in effort? But just know that it's also beneficial for you in the future, because now you don't have somebody talking on your name, and that's not really something that you want.
I didn't even think of that. That didn't even cross my mind. Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. Today was a good episode. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts on the episode? Yeah, it was a really good episode. I think doing the slightly like short episodes this time, it feels different because we're so used to like probably rambling on for slightly longer. But hopefully the short episodes are well received, and people enjoy it. But as per usual, it's always fun. It's always fun to talk.
Yeah, it always is. just as a wrap up, thank you very much everyone for watching. It means a lot, and once again, thank you for all the support that we're receiving through our Instagram. You can go follow our Instagram. We'll probably leave them in the Instagram and the TikTok. We'll leave it in the description below. And that's it from me. I hope everyone has a great evening and enjoys themselves.
Yeah, just keep interacting with us. Follow us on all of our platforms. We are the most interactive on Instagram in terms of like polls and getting people's ideas. So make sure to swing that way. And
we even answer DMs.
Yeah. So yeah, just again, thank you for the support, and we really hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a lovely evening.
Bye.